My name is Melanie Corrales, and let me tell you something. Only one thing fills me with interest, knowing how terrified my enemy is. After the War 71 in Broad India, I lived with my brothers, Sejal, Bir, and Elha, in a bungalow near Ara city. I was one of 45 girls in class BIIB, whose father fought in the famous Singh battle at Basanta. A Sunday afternoon in March, Sejal, my brother, asked me, "Want to see a Pakistani?" "You are bluffing," I say. "There are no Pakistani here. They will be caught." "They are caught," he returns triumphantly. "Wounded prisoners of war." Beyond the hedge, there is a mustard field. It separates our bungalow from the room barracks that were once part of the military hospital. I did not believe his story, but I accompanied him. We were walking on the mustard field, and after a time we were face to face with an ugly barbed wire fence. There are two rows of it, separated by a 6 foot each. The fence stretches on either side. There are high thatched outposts with huge searchlights fitted on them. The place has the silent, oppressive air of a prison. "Who are they guarding?" I asked. "Could be General Niazi," Sejal whispers. "It is someone really dangerous." My heart misses a beat. "General Niazi? So close? This is a school. I can see myself holding an audience at the school describing the enemy. 7 foot tall, a thin black mustache, a thin curled mouth, red eyes, like gimlets. Of course, he was kept in chains. A dangerous criminal like that. Sejal looked at his wristwatch and we came back. The watch is Indian made, and Baba gave it to Sejal before going to the front. It was October. The war began in December. All the windows in our house and the neighborhood was covered in black paper. Each night, a siren will sound to signal the start of a power failure. When the war began, the enemy fighters arrived directly in Agra. It is only 4 hours away by train. We conducted air raid simulation training. They were very exciting. We waited for the real air raid. However, the enemy planes never returned. Those days, we turned on the light early and curled up under the duvets in Elsa's room to listen to the radio. One evening, Major Berman of Nuremberg was announced missing in action, and 2 days later we heard that he was dead. His son, Royals Berman, is Beard's best friend. Royals' family has come because Royals' mother is about to have a baby. The baby was born one evening in April. That's a little girl. Elja tells us she is going to see the baby, so I decided to go with them to the hospital, but not because of the baby. The maternity ward at the hospital is right across from the PAW ward. Who knows? I may see the enemy. My intense desire to recognize the enemy from a safe distance has not disappeared. When the baby was born, her mother was crying with joy. Everyone was happy to see her, so Elja tells me to go out for a while. I walk around the garden. Suddenly, I miss Baba, and I think about the baby who never did recognize the fact of being thrown up on winning the earth and catch by the sturdy arms. Her father will not be around to show her how to write a cycle of facilitation with a difficult mathematical problem. He won't be there to clap once she runs her first race. He will not be there ever after. I ran down the street, I ran away, I ran until I stopped breathing and stopped. I stopped under a tree. The noise from the hospital cannot be heard here. There was a deep, almost uneasy silence. A few yards away, there was a barbed wire fence surrounds the PAW camp. I felt a strange mixture of fear and charm. Then I see him. The enemy. The war is almost empty. The prisoner exchange is over. They return our men, we return theirs. It takes a few seconds for my brain to notice that I'm face to face with the enemy. But there is no demon. No red eyes, no fire-breathing monster. There was only a thin and lonely man. Baba told me about evolution, about how the human body is an evolutionary miracle. See how perfect your limbs are, he said. It took millions of years to shape and took only a few seconds to destroy. I can see the enemy behind the barbed wire. I can see that he had no arms. Just two bandage stumps where once his arms grew. He was my enemy once. Not anymore.